What if you could end all your career doubts in just 1 week? It sounds pretty wild, right? Well, that's the huge promise of a course called the Scrum Career Compass. So in this explainer, we're going to deconstruct their entire offer, piece by piece, to see exactly what they're selling.
So let's start with a question I think a lot of us have probably asked ourselves at some point. Are you feeling stuck? That feeling of uncertainty? That is the exact pain point this course is built around. And it's a powerful hook because, let's be honest, it's incredibly relatable.
And here it is, the core promise. Replace years of trial and error with 7 days of absolute certainty. I mean, think about that for a second. The claim is you can just skip all that painful guesswork and get total clarity on a high-paying career path in just 7 days. That is a massive claim to make. All right, so who is this actually for? This course isn't for just anybody. It's designed for some very specific people. So let's break down exactly who they're trying to talk to.
The course is really upfront about who its ideal student is. On one side, you've got the non-tech outsider, the stuck professional, and the risk-averse person. But here's what's just as important. Look at who it's not for. They're telling you right away if you want a get-rich-quick scheme, or you're not willing to do some deep self-reflection, or you just want a piece of paper, this isn't for you. It's a really smart way to manage expectations right from the start.
So if you are the right fit, what's the payoff? What do they promise you'll get out of it? Well, there are 4 key outcomes. First, you'll pinpoint your ideal role, Scrum Master or Product Owner, so you're not just guessing. Second, you'll figure out how to talk about your value so you can boost your salary potential. Third, you'll avoid wasting a ton of money by choosing the right certification the first time. And finally, you walk away with a personalized 90-day action plan, which is basically their answer to, okay, now what? Of course, a promise this big needs someone credible behind it, right? So who's the guide leading the way? And what's their method? What's the secret sauce? The very first piece of credibility they hit you with is this number, over 100,000 students mentored. This is classic social proof. It's designed to immediately make you think, okay, this person knows what they're doing. And this is the guide, Dejan Mikic. He's presented as a Scrum specialist with more than 20 years of real-world IT experience, plus a master's in computer science. The positioning is crystal clear. He's the expert who can build that bridge from where you are now, feeling uncertain, to that high-impact career you want. Now, the method itself is supposedly all about application, not just theory. The course says it uses hands-on activities and their own special self-assessment tools. So the goal isn't just to teach you about Scrum, it's to help you figure out if you're natural talents or even a good match for these roles in the first place. And to show that this method actually works, they bring in the testimonials. This one, from a past student, is there to highlight how effective the whole thing is at making complex ideas seem simple and giving you that aha moment of clarity. Okay, so with that method in mind, let's actually look inside the program. How is this 7-day promise actually structured? Well, it's broken down into 3 core modules. Here's the blueprint. The first module is all about foundations of purpose, which is basically aligning your career with what you actually want out of life. Module 2, navigating the landscape, gets into the nitty-gritty, like salary potential. And the third module, unlocking your path, is where you get that final answer on your best role and your 90-day action plan. So you can see it's a clear path from the why to the what to the how. Then, to sweeten a deal, the offer throws in 4 bonuses they call success tools. You get a guide on finding hidden financial drains, a library of AI prompts, a mini course on using AI for risk management, and of course, an official certificate of completion. And here's a classic but really smart marketing tactic. They put a price tag on those bonuses. They claim these tools are worth $74. Why? Because that frames them not just as freebies, but as a tangible, valuable part of the whole package. All right, this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the deal itself. Let's look at the investment, what they say the value is, and the guarantee that's supposed to make this whole thing risk-free. You've basically got 2 ways in. There's a monthly subscription for $100 a month that gets you access to a bunch of other courses too, but you lose access when you cancel. Or you can pay a one-time fee of $150 for lifetime ownership of just this course. That option includes all the bonuses and is of course positioned as the best value deal. And this is really the core of their financial argument, all in one simple image. They're positioning their $150 course as a small, smart investment to stop you from making a $1,000 mistake on the wrong certification. The whole idea is that this course acts as an early warning system for your career. And to make that $150 investment feel like a total no-brainer, they have the guarantee. The language here is really specific. They're not just selling a course, they're selling an insurance policy against career regret. That's a pretty powerful angle. So what's the fine print? Well, for the lifetime option, it's pretty simple. If you go through the whole course and you still don't have the clarity you were promised, you get a full, no questions asked refund. This is the ultimate way to remove any hesitation someone might have. So after deconstructing the whole thing, the promise, the expert, the method, and the money-back guarantee, it really all comes down to this single question. Can 7 days of learning truly deliver the kind of absolute career certainty that, for most people, takes years to find? The course is betting that it can, but whether that's a bet you're willing to take, well, that's up to you.